Hi everyone, I'm Xenios Thrasyvoulou.
He did give me a break on not butchering his surname earlier.
I can pronounce it now, understood. So we started 10 years ago with a very simple concept of if you can buy and sell products online like you could on eBay, well, you still can obviously, but it was a relatively less known phenomenon on eBay at the time than it is today. Why could you not do the same with skills, people's time, basically? Hence PeoplePerHour started with this notion that if you wanted something done, some data entry, so actually we started with admin only first, and we were actually called PeoplePerHour, which is a terrible URL because it means pay per hour. And we actually were only doing admin stuff, so the idea was, why not be able to get some data entry, some transcription, some Excel work if you're stuck, etc., like back office stuff. And then it quickly picked up and clients loved it and told us, well, why are you limiting this only to PA services? I want to do my IT this way, I want to do my marketing, I want to do so many things, I want a small business. And then that was like a light bulb moment where I thought, yeah, actually, why are we doing that? So anyway, long story short, we almost went down the terrible route, thank God we didn't, of having different websites for each, but we thought, well, actually, why don't we create one generic one called PeoplePerHour? And amazingly, the URL was actually available, and I registered it for about £9. Amazing. Actually, just as a parenthesis, also PeoplePerHour, whoever's doing startups here, maybe we find this interesting, that every, a lot of the light bulb moments actually weren't even things that we came up with, it was customers, or problems that happened. So for example, before PeoplePerHour, I had a concierge business, and I was doing a lot of the same stuff that the original concept of PeoplePerHour, the PeoplePerHour concept, was going to do. So back office outsourcing, and I basically rented out former secretaries per hour to companies. And then a few of them left, and I thought, why are you leaving? What are you up to? And they were like, well, I'm doing the same thing because I can do it now. I have a Skype connection, all I need is internet, and now with Gmail and all that sort of, now so many more apps since then, I can basically turn my spare bedroom into an office just like that. And I thought, actually, that is the future. And so it happened once, twice, and it was like a bad moment, like employees leaving you. But actually, I stood back and I thought, well, clearly people prefer working in their own time, in their own capacity, for themselves, better work-life balance if they can earn enough money, closer to the kids, less commuting, all these socioeconomic benefits. And actually, it turns out that if you work really hard, your income can be uncapped. I think someone mentioned earlier that they earn less. That's actually, I don't want to get into it.
So we get into that.
But that is not true in the sense that we have a lot of data that shows that the income of freelancers has grown faster actually than the national wage has in the last 5 years. And also in employment, you are capped. Like your salary is your salary. If you're lucky, you get a raise. Your raise is probably going to be whatever the company can afford to give you, and that's it. With freelancing, if you want to work 14 hours a day because you're superhuman, you can. If you want to work 3 days super intensively and then take 2 days off and spend it with your kids or whatever, you can. So consistently what we've heard, the reasons why PeoplePerHour has worked, mainly, is the flexibility on both sides. So if there isn't a huge downside to it and you have your own freedom as a worker of any kind, without the constraints that are imposed to you by the 9-to-5 sort of bureaucracy and jobs, and statistically 8% of people hate their job. I hope the stat doesn't count in my company. And conversely, companies are building up, and we're mostly a platform for SMEs, apart from a new product we just launched called TalentDesk.io, which I'll leave out for now. But PeoplePerHour predominantly serves small, medium-sized businesses. They don't have access to the resources a large corporation has internally. So when they need stuff done, being able to do it at a click, get sort of proposals for their job, be it a logo, some design of the website, some copywriting content for their blog or whatever, is a little bit like having the access to the talent that a large corporation has, but without having the overhead. So it's very empowering and gives them that flexibility to ramp up and down as and when they need to. helps them in cycles, economic cycles, when it gets a bit too busy and they need more work, and then it's not that busy 2 months later and they need to ramp down.